Alright guys, welcome aboard. We're going to be flying Phoenix to Albuquerque today, and we got some weather in the Phoenix area here. We'll see if it shows up on the sim here. Looks a little bit cloudy out there, so let's jump into the cockpit, get going. You can see we're going to be flying the 737 Zibo here. This is the 3.30, let me think about this, C, Charlie version. There is a hotfix D also that I haven't been able to download just because it's brand new and everybody's downloading it, and there's a limit there on how many downloads you can do from the Zibo's G drive or Google Drive there. Anyway, this is the C version without the D hotfix, and you can see we've got some winglets here and a couple other things that come with it. You got LED landing lights. You can change around the satellite dishes here. You can have one forward, one back, or both, things like that. Otherwise, it's still the good old Zibo that we're used to. So let's go ahead and jump in here, get started. We will get our ground services going here. So we'll connect our GPU, set our chocks, and let's get up here. Turn on our DC power, emergency exit lighting, go over to ground power, turn our panel lights up, go over to ground power, and let's turn on our IRSs. There we go. I don't know where I'm doing. There we go. Click, click. There we go. We'll get those aligned, and let's jump down here. As I always do, I like to have my panel lights up, so I'm going to turn that up. Turn a couple of those up too, just for the heck of it. Turn that one up. Come back down here and turn our center console up. Alright, let's jump into the FMC here, clear out any messages. We'll get our route going here, get our position, grab our GPS on the second page here, come back to the first one, drop that in there, and we're just going to go right over to route. We'll put in our origin here, which is a KPHX. Drop that in there, and we're going to be going to Albuquerque KABQ. Where's Q? Q. There we go. Alrighty. Go over to our route. We got plenty of fuel here. And I don't know why it says that. Enter IRS position, even though I already did it. A little quirk there with this Zibo version, maybe. Planned fuel, we're just going to leave that as is. Reserves, I'm just going to put like, we'll put 12. Probably won't even get, we'll have more reserve than that. Cost index, I'm just going to throw in 5, anything in there. Altitude, we're going to go to 30,000 feet. Winds generally, let's see, I'm taking a look at my other screen here. Winds are generally about 200 at 30, so let's drop that in there. 200/030. Temp deviation, I'm just going to ballpark this. Let's see if I get it right. About 34. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for an outside temperature of about minus 34 or so. So we'll hit execute on that. Go over to our limits. Click that. Not going to derate or anything. Head over to takeoff. 5 flaps. Enter that. Get our CG 4.7. Let's come over here and just put that to 4.7. Then we'll enter all of our V speeds here. Go over to departure. Now we're going to be departing. Let's see. I got to take a look. What are the winds currently? It looks like they're out of the west, so we're going to take off runway 25 right, closest one to us. And for a departure on SimBrief, something called Luluz 5. I don't know if I have that. Let's see what we got. Here we go. We got a Luluz 4. So we're going to go ahead and take that. Sorry, my phone, my smartwatch just heard something and started talking to me. Anyway, Luluz, and what do we got for transitions? There's a transition there, SJN. So we'll take that. We'll go back over to arrivals since it's such a short flight. Winds, let's take a look at our winds at Albuquerque. They are generally out of the west also, so we're going to be landing. I'm taking a look at my other screen here. Take a look at my airport diagram. And it looks like we're going to be landing runway 26. Alright, so we will do, what we got here, 26, 26. Looking for 26. 26, RNAV to 26. Super, we'll take that. As far as sim brief, showing an arrival, Kirky 3. Do we have a Kirky 3? Yes, we do. And Cabno transition, so we'll select that. Go over to route, hit activate, hit execute, take a look at our legs. Let's get rid of that discontinuity here between the departure and arrival. We'll just go direct. And we'll keep on looking to see if there's anything else. Nope. Alright, let's go back to the first page and let's actually take a look at this route. So we'll go over to plan and we'll step through it over here. So we're at Albuquerque, we go to intersection, and then we're going to go to that, to Oxygen, to Zalub, Forpay, Laluz, SJN, Cabno, Kirky, Elra, X markers, I'm just going to call it that, over to here, to there, to there. Now here it's looking a little weird here, so what's going on here? Let's see what we got happening here. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more. Looks like it's got us going out here, and then we're probably going to come back around this way. So let's see what that has. Yeah, it's not a vector. We'll step through the next one. That was kind of weird. And then zoom, and then into the airport. So yeah, it looks like it's got us flying across here to here. We'll probably be turning back around and coming this way. Hopefully that's the way it works out. That, even though that kind of looks a little wonky, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right, we'll go over to map, come up here to like 40, and we are all set here. So we're all done in there. Let's go ahead and get up over here and get stuff set up for our departure. We should have done this first, but we'll go ahead and start our APU right now. And while we're waiting for the APU to start up, we'll set a couple of things up here. So first things first, let's get up to our altitude, 30,000. We're going to set that right here since we're not doing any ATC. We're just going to go right up to our flight altitude. I always like to put this over a little bit. That's your bank angle limiter. So we're going to just toss that over to like 25 degrees. Indicated airspeed was, let's see here, I think it was like 130 something, right? Let's see, where was it? There we go, 139. So set that for 139. All right, I think that's good there. So let's go ahead and put on our flight director, left and right, hit our auto throttle arm, and hit our VNAV and LNAV, make sure they come on. All right, so far so good. Looks like our APU has fired up, so let's go ahead and switch over to APU power. Go back up here, APU, and we can disconnect our ground power at this time, remove our chocks. We'll go back and we'll start our cleaning and loading right now. And we're going to get started up top here and just kind of follow our sequence down. So yaw dampener on. We'll put all of our fuel pumps on. And actually, since we're going to be taking off pretty quick, I'm going to stop that, start that, put my nav lights on. That'll get everybody boarding right now. All right. Come back up here. Yep, we're on APU Gen. That all looks good. Lights are good. Seat belts. Put our seat belt signs on. Come over here. We'll put our window heat on. We'll leave our pitot heat off for right now. And we'll get our electrical hydraulics on. Trim air. Get our packs all on auto cross feed. There we go. We should start getting some air going into the aircraft now. And we got to set our pressurization, so 30,000 feet. Here we go. And what is our altitude at Albuquerque? Let's take a quick look-see here. It is 5,355 feet. So we'll set that as our landing altitude. 5,000. What did I say? 5,300. 5,355 feet, something like that. Let me take a look at that. Or did I say 5,500? I can't remember. No, 5,355. All right, perfect. Got that in there. 5,350. All right, everything else is set up here. We're ready to do our pushback. So let's come over here. Ground services. Better pushback. We'll plan that. And we're actually going to want to go the other way, so we're going to delete that. Spin our little plane around here. We'll have them push us back right to there. Acknowledge that.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Okay, we're ready, so I'm just going to hit request pushback.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
And we already started our leg. So at this time, I'm going to put my beacon on, and that'll close up all the doors. While the tow is driving up right there, I'm going to go ahead and hit my parking brake. That'll get our gate moving away. Right, set our parking brake so we don't have to when he tries to connect up to us. And let's see, what else do we got to do? We got to get our altimeter setting. So I'm just going to go down here. I'm going to go to menu. We'll go to ACARS. We'll request our ATIS here for KPHX.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Okay, so he should be connecting it. We'll wait for our. We'll wait for that to come back, and actually we'll try to grab it over here. Oops, wrong one. Airport K. Where's K? KPHX. Enter next. Let's see what they got for us. So there's the 1551. It's a little bit old. We're at let me see here. Yeah, we are UTC. We're already at 20Z, but they're saying 2977 here. So this is a little bit of an outdated observation there. Let's see what we get over here when it comes back.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Alright, we're going to hold on the parking brake. So this one's a little bit better here, almost 19Z, and they have light rain marks, blah, blah, blah. 2978. So let's go ahead and hit 2978. 2978. There we go. We're set on that. Alright, I'm going to release my parking brake right now. And she should start pushing us back.
Pushback, and you may start engines.
Alright, we're ready to start engines here, so let's just turn our packs off. Drop number 2 over to ground. Keep an eye on that engine spooling up here. Wait for it to get above 20. Alright, introduce fuel. And actually, this is kind of cool. Let me see here. Better pushback. Where's my better pushback? Let's do the cab view. There we go. Let me move this around too. Let's go. Man, there's a little bit of rain there on the ground. You can see that. All right, let's pop back in here. Throw number 1 over to ground. We'll start that sucker up. All right, introducing fuel.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Alright, parking brake is set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Just waiting for our engine to flip over. Let's go over to engine power now. Come back up here, we'll go to Gen 1, and we can disconnect or shut down our APU, and turn our packs back on, turn our APU bleed off, and since it is raining and kind of cool out there, we'll turn the pitot heat on at this time. Alright, we'll acknowledge the disconnect right there. I'm going to go ahead and turn our weather on and our airports on. And we'll come back down here, we'll turn our transponder to TARA. Do a recall, everything looks good. Just waiting for them to disconnect. Actually, let's take a look at them as they do that. Where is it?
Tow is disconnected and bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have fun up there.
Alright, we'll watch that pull away. Super. Alrighty. And if we take a look over here, we should see him giving a thumbs up. Awesome. Ready to roll. Let's set up a couple of things right here really quick. We're going to pull up our sectional for Phoenix, which I've already preloaded. We'll let that pop in and zoom out just a little bit. Alright, and at this time we're going to put our logo light on and our taxi light on, and we're ready to roll here. So parking brakes off, bring up some power, and get underway. Alright, we're going to set flaps to position 5. We'll put our auto braking to RTO. And we don't have a lot of taxi to do right here today. Like I said, the runway is right there. So we're going to go ahead and hit our wing lights here. That'll give us the announcement for
flight attendants prepare for takeoff, please.
Flight attendants to prepare for takeoff.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Alright, we'll go strobes on and landing light on. And actually I am going to stop right here because I want to show you the landing light that we have. This might get a little loud, so let me turn it down just a tad here. And we'll scoot around to the front side. So I have selected, you can select different types of landing lights. And if you look at these, when you're on the ground like this, they alternate like this. Pretty nice. Or I guess I don't know if they do it the whole time. We'll see. Alright, let's go ahead and take the active runway. I just wanted to show you that because I thought it was kind of neat. There's a couple little, that's an option there with this new version of the Zibo. You can set the LED lights, and you can actually set the
approaching 2-5 right.
Set the alternating lights there. You can also set the strobe lights to be a little bit different. They're a little longer pattern. Yeah, we got the wind coming down the runway here.
On runway 25 right.
Alright, we're set for takeoff, so let's go ahead and just power up to about 40-ish. Let the engine stabilize. Hit the toga button. And we're off. Rotating.
Positive rate.
Make gear up. Go flaps to 2. And I'm going to go ahead and hit our autopilot. Okay, flaps all the way up. Gear handle to off. Auto braking to off. And we always miss a few things. I think you're supposed to put these to continuous. We can put the wing lights off and the logo off. Got a few raindrops here on the windscreen. Put the intermittent wipers on here a little bit. And we do got weather on, so I don't see any big returns here, but just enough to get us a little wet here. Nice looking view as we come up to the cloud deck here. And we can turn that center display off, we won't need that. So I have been, let me turn this down just a tad, I have been having a little bit of issues here with the plane kind of getting to the waypoints. I don't know if it's a quirk with this version or if it's not, or if it's just something totally different, but we'll keep an eye on that. I was doing an approach with this version, just testing it out, and flying into San Diego, I hit the approach and it started trying to turn me totally off in the opposite direction, and it's an approach that I've done into San Diego many times if you watch my channel, so I didn't do anything different, so we'll just see. We'll see how this thing works out. Pop into the cloud deck here in a second.
Ladies and gentlemen, the seatbelt sign will be switched off shortly. However, for your own safety, we recommend that you keep your seatbelt loosely fastened in case of any unexpected turbulence. We have an excellent team on board today, and we are all happy to offer any assistance you may require throughout the flight. Our in-flight.
Alright, so we're at 12,000 feet. Let's go ahead and hit our landing lights off. The taxi light can go off. Go over to auto on our starters. Hang look at my other lighting. That looks good. Let's zoom out here a little bit, take a look at our departure. That's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Alright, looks like we are out of most of the weather right here, so let's turn our wipers off. Go back to our default view here. Getting a little bit of weather here. We'll see if we run into anything. We're zoomed out quite a bit here, so the weather only shows up, I think, up to 40 in a square block, up to 40. So you can see there's 40. So if we have a square block here, we might run into something coming up this way. There looks like there's quite a bit of weather in the Phoenix area, and then just scattered thunderstorms all the way out through to Albuquerque. We're up to 18,000 feet here, so let's go ahead and go to standard on the altimeter setting. And we'll take a look at our after takeoff checklist. Pressurization, yep, that's engine start switches are auto, landing gear handle is up and then off, auto braking's off, flaps are up, all our lights are off other than our strobes and our nav lights, and altimeter setting we just went over to standard, so looking good there. Nice blue sky up above here. Let's go ahead and zoom out right here and let's take a look at our route, see if we see it. There's our top of climb, so we should hit that before within 20 miles right there. Zoom back out here, and you can see pretty short flight. Once we turn there, we start coming back in here, and it looks like our top of descent someplace in there. Leave it right there. Bit more weather popping in here. Keep the seatbelt signs on for now. Alright, so as we climb out to our cruising altitude here, let's take a look on our chart, see where we're at. Just northeast of Phoenix. Keep an eye on that weather right there, see if any of it starts showing up. So I'm going to take a quick break right here. I'm going to just jump off of my headset here and grab a bottle of water. Be right back. Alright guys, back. Let's see. Just about ready to make our turn here to top a climb. Unfortunately, not going to see a whole lot of the real nice Ortho 4XP I've got. And while we're just getting to the top of the climb here, I'm going to go ahead and change our cruise speed. We're going to go, instead of 0.780, we're going to do /.820. Get us there just a little bit quicker.
Thousand to go.
Zoom out here, see what we see. So we got just a little bit of ways here before we get to our descent. As a matter of fact, if we take a look at our progress here, let's see what we got. To top of descent, 2117, 169 miles to go. 2117, so about 20 minutes before we get to the top of descent. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and throw a little bit of music on. Get it all on the right screen. And make sure it's not too loud. If we see anything down there. Just a few things to look at. Alright, we'll take one more short break here. I'll be right back. Well, actually, I'm going to take about a minute or two here, so let's see. Where should I leave you? I'll leave you looking out this view here. Be back in a minute or two. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry for that long getaway there. Yeah, looks like we are heading towards Albuquerque and we are coming up to our top of descent here. So let's take a look. Take a look at our legs. Let's see where we're supposed to be going down to. Now Albuquerque's pretty high up, so we're just gonna go. We're gonna go 6,700. So we'll set that now. There we go. And I don't have the approach plate for this thing, so we'll see how that goes with that little funky turnaround too. Let's take a look at the weather over here in Albuquerque. Yeah, they're getting some storms. We might get a few of them there to the east of the airport, which is kind of where we're going. Turn that down just a little bit. Let's see if we can't get our. Whoa! Look at that. Got a wind change right there. That was funky. I'm gonna definitely bump this up. Look at our Mach speed. Jumped all the way up. Yeah, there's some weather here, I guess. Alright, anyway, what I was going to do is try to get the ATIS for Albuquerque. And we're going to do KABQ. Drop that in there, send that away. Let's see if we get it back. And I think we can switch over to our Albuquerque sectional chart here. Just coming up to it. There's our top descent, about I'm gonna guess about 50 miles out. Still waiting on the ATIS to come back here. Good thing I kept the seatbelt signs on, huh? You see? Yep. Nothing showing up on the weather radar though. Alright, let's see what we got for an observation now. Currently it's 2109. Let's see what we get here. 1900. Okay. Well, 2 hours old. That's what it seems these are coming in about 2 hours old. So they got an altimeter setting at 2999 or 29er. And remarks lightning distant east. Okay, that's yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing on the real world. If you want, I can show that to you. Let me see here. Click the right one. There we go. I got this. Make this a little bigger here. Come on. There we go. All right. So here's all the storms. This is Albuquerque, and here's our lightning to the east. Come back here, go back to legs, and we will put in our altimeter setting at 29er and get that ready to go. There's Albuquerque, here we are. And it looks clear up ahead. Alright, so as we're approaching our top of descent here, I'm going to go ahead and take one more really quick break. I'm just going to jump off of the headset here. Be right back. I'm back. Sorry about that. The dog needed to go out, so don't want him to have an accident. Well, looking clear so far. We'll see what this approach looks like. Might have to hand fly it. We started our decel here. Coming up to the top of descent here, so let's go ahead and get ready for our approach. We'll put our starters to continuous, put our strobes back on, which we never turned off, so we'll just leave them on. Actually got something to look at here. Get some nice ortho 4XP throughout this entire route. There's our descent start. Let's take a little closer look at the chart right here. So let me go to my forward view. Take a look over here. So we'll make our turn. I wanted to see. Take a little bit of a closer look here. So we'll be coming in this way here. So yeah, final approach course is probably going to be around 255 here. And we don't have a VOR right on the field. We've got this one over here on Albuquerque off to the west, 113.2. So we're gonna let's see if I can pull up some more information here. Go home, AviTab, airports, not Phoenix. I want Albuquerque. Search. Back. ABQ. Let's take a look at that one. There we go. Alright, so ATIS 118.0. Alright, so let's go ahead and put that in there. Alright, 118.0. We'll see if we get our ATIS. Yeah, what do we got? We are running ILS without runway 26 without ILS. Okay. And their weather, still the old one here. And quite old actually. I'm going to take a look at our approach plate. Let's see what we got. We got an ILS to 38. That's it. Then it's all RNAVs. So RNAV, what are we doing? 26? 1. There we go. So yeah, this one's a little funky. It has us actually coming up to one of the other approaches to the north, and then coming into this thing. So it's a little weird. Let's take a look at this.
Albuquerque International Sunport Information Juliet. 2000 Zulu weather. Wind 190 at 9. Visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 7,000 few, 15,000 few, 30,000 broken. Temperature.
Good enough. We got our altimeter setting. I pre-staged that right there. I want to take a closer look at this approach here. So let me go over to plan view. Yeah, it's a little funky. We'll see what we'll probably make a right-hand turn out of here. So we'll keep an eye on that. Make sure it doesn't get wonky on us. I hope I haven't been talking this whole time with my my mic off again. Yeah, taking a look at the checklist there, and I was taking a look at the approach. Hopefully it won't be too wonky here. Normally, I was saying they have us coming in off the north here and then turning inbound, but we're actually going to come out of, this direction, sort of like that, which is why it looks a little weird here. Kind of got us going to the south of the airport and then going up to the north, and then, yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. And I guess I will set my radar altimeter here. So we're going to go to radio, and we're going to bump this up to 200 feet. That'll give us the call out for minimums. And it's down here. Alright, 200 feet set. You can see the airport right there, and I do have the payware, Mr. X's payware, $20 for this airport scene right here, and it's well worth it. Over to our plan view here a little bit more. Yeah, that's a little weird right there. I'm not sure why it's not taking us around. See, we're going to come here, then turn around and head back for this one. So I'm going to make sure we do a right-hand turn here off of this intersection. I guess we could always simulate, you know, just getting vectored. Actually, I might do that, just because that looks a little crazy. We'll wait till we get to this point right here, whatever that is, and then we're going to continue outbound here, and then turn left, and then pick up the approach again. So let's get set up here. We're going to go auto brakes to 1. Yeah, I think we're going to do a visual approach here, since we got the airfield in sight. Actually, I'm going to check the winds again on the ATIS.
Albuquerque International Sunport Information Juliet. 2000 Zulu weather. Wind 2.
Yeah, 220 at 5, so that works out pretty good. Alright, so we're coming up to this waypoint right here. We're going to let it kind of turn us here. Let's see what happens. And I'm going to go ahead and we're going to use our bam, see, I'm going to go over to heading hold here instead. And we're going to go to our VASI. Or not our VASI, our vertical speed here. And we're holding at 210 on the airspeed here. We're going to go to 2 degrees of flaps. This is kind of weird. It's like it's actually climbing me, even though I've got a descent here. Hello. What is it doing? It's a little funky there. I got vertical speed selected. find our terrain radar here. I keep an eye on our terrain there, since it's getting a little bit hazy out here. Around these mountains here, just inside of them. Go ahead and get ourselves slowed up here. And about there. Alright, let's go landing lights on. Put our logo light on too, what the heck. Alright, we're going to start inbound for the airport here.
2500.
Go to 5 on the flaps. Get our airspeed down. Alright, and I'm going to take the airplane now. Get our auto throttle off also. Gear down. Full flaps. Kind of overshot the runway there just a tad. We'll kill the music here for the approach. Let's get our view squared up. Okay, gear down, 3 green. We're going to go to 40 on the flaps.
Thousand feet, stabilized, Mr. Bridge, altitude set.
Alright, spoilers down and armed.
Approaching 26.
500.
Yeah, a little bit of a crosswind there.
400. 300. Approaching minimums. 200. Minimums. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Winds are a little gusty there. I don't know if I see them changing around or if that's just me. Alright, thrust reversers engaged.
80 knots.
Alright, thrust reversers off, auto braking off. Let's get the spoilers down, get ourselves cleaned up here. And we'll take this taxiway right here. Okay, strobes off. Taxi lights on. Landing lights off. That was a bit of an interesting approach. I will have to take a look at that approach a little bit closer and see if we might have just selected the wrong arrival there. But that's what SimBrief was giving me. Anyway, you can see our beautiful payware scenery here at Albuquerque.
Approaching 2-1.
We'll park it over here and do a replay of that interesting approach. I think I kind of floated it a little bit, but not too much. Alright, let's get our APU fired up. Put our strobes on here since we're kind of coming into this area that is the approach for the other runway, which I'm guessing they could be using. But we have clearance to come across it. And it looks like our company parking is right over here on the end, so we'll take our southwest gate right there I see opened up. Turn the taxi lights off so we're not blinding anybody. Let's take a look here. Well, that truck seems to be kind of in our spot. So, okay. That's where I was going to park. We'll come around this side and hopefully get into this one right over here, A12 instead. Man, these trucks gotta get out of the way. Looks like we are on our own here, nobody to guide us in. Other than this dude with the broom. Alright, we'll call it right there. Good enough. Alright, we'll set our parking brake. We'll go over to APU power. And we'll turn our beacon off. Shut down our engines. There we go, everybody can get out now. Now let's go ahead and do a replay. We'll do a replay of the approach here. That's pretty good right there. down just a little bit. Anyway, guys, hope you like that. A little bit of a different approach right there. Had to kind of wing it. If you do like these videos, go ahead, give me a thumbs up there on the video. Go ahead and subscribe if you have not already. Helps with the channel. I do X-Plane 11 videos at least once a week, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. Try to do them at least once a week. And not just in the Zibo here, I've got a bunch of videos that I do on GA airplanes also. Not a bad landing, I guess. Anyway, I hope you like that, guys. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.